Hi, welcome to Custom Choppers. So I'm just going to fit some tyres to a rim. It's got an inner tube in there. Problems I had before with tyre levers, just pinching the tube, it's just super annoying. So there's tools on the market that offer a system to put the tyre on for kind of like the guy at home in the shed. And great idea. But they're like about 160 quid. I figured there's a cheaper way of doing it, so this is my version of it, and I made this mostly out of just stuff I had around the workshop. So the only parts that I bought for this is the 16mm square bar, the spur gear and the rack, and the rest of it literally is just made up of stuff I had around the workshop. So I've not used it yet. Let's give it a go and we'll see how it works out. So this is the wheel, 21-inch rim wheel. So I've got the tube in here already. I've actually got some tyre soap on there. I don't know whether I'm going to need that or not, but it's something I would normally use when I'm mounting tyres, so I thought, well, I'll stick it on anyway. I always start near the valve, so I'm just going to pull this over and just push that down with my knee. It's the advantage of working on the floor, which is fine if if you've got a carpet down like I've got here. So we just pop the tool in here, and that just sits. The shoe sits up against the tyre, and I can just pull the handle. In fact, I've got that slightly too close. There we go. So, and that just moves it round and over the rim. I mean, I'm putting so little effort on this handle, which I think is probably way too long. Could definitely get away with a shorter handle on there. But the effort involved in getting this tyre over the rim is just like next to nothing really. It is easy. I did wonder when I was making this if it was going to be difficult and whether I should make it more robust. But what I've done, and I'll show you more detail at the end of the video. But what I've done here is pretty lightweight really. So getting around to about 2/3 of the tyre on the rim, this is where it's going to start getting tight, and I don't know how this tool is going to behave, or whether the wheel is going to try and, or the tyre is going to try and pop off the rim. But we're still going round. A small bit to go, so maybe just like a couple more. Okay, just that last bit, probably push that over. Yeah, there we go. So tyre's on. No way did I pinch the rim on there, so that's fine. So let me just go over the tool. I'll tell you how I constructed it, and I'll put links in the bio for the parts that I bought, but like I say, most of this is just stuff I had laying about the workshop. So tool is in two parts. So this part with the handle that we now know is too long, so I can cut the handle down, that's fine. But I've got a piece of like 15mm round bar that is just like a locating point in the bearing, so where the wheel spindle will go. I've got a 3mm by 25mm strip at the bottom there, and then I've got these heavy duty 5mm steel plates that the spur gear is attached to, and I like cut a quarter of the spur gear out to get the handle welded in. You can kind of like see there where I've welded that in there and just flattened it off, because what you need to do is with the handle like that, your part needs to be able to slide in there, because you need to be able to adjust for like different size rims, or you might want to adjust while you're just going around. So when we come to this piece, so we've got the rack on there, that's literally just welded on to the 16mm square bar. You can see I put a kink in here. If you look at the Tyre tool that's online, they have this whole piece has a curve in it, and obviously that brings it down because it needs to be tight, or reasonably tight, up to the tyre. So I don't see how I can bend this rack. So I've just like put this kink in there, and that brings it down, and the angle of my shoe is right for the tyre, and the shoe is just a piece of steel angle. I have decreased that from 90 degrees because what I wanted, I don't know if you can see that, but that's decreased from 90 degrees, and that will like pinch or kind of like grip the tyre, if you like. And that's about it. Nothing complicated. Pretty easy. All I used was a welder and an angle grinder. I did have a bit of heat on here. That was a bit tricky with a blowtorch. But you know, if you got a mate who's got a blowtorch as well, get a couple on there. But you can bend this stuff. I think, to be fair, I've totally over-engineered it. You know, you could have done it with a lot lighter section of steel, but hey, who knows? You know, better to be over-engineered than under-engineered. So so that's it. Like I say, I put the links in the bio. Have a go.